Hello YouTube, Dave here again. It's been quite a while since the last time I did a DM's Guild print-on-demand spotlight video. There's actually been a pretty good, decent selection of stuff that's come out in the last couple of months, really. Their release schedule is starting to get picked back up again, but for the end of 2018, even early 2019, it was sometimes going like 2 or 3 weeks between them releasing anything, and sometimes it was just a single product that they were putting out. Now again, this is the print-on-demand offerings, which is sort of the thing that I focus on. I'm not good with PDFs. Especially larger ones, because after it doesn't take very long, and just trying to read stuff text off the computer screen before I start getting migraines and stuff, so I don't really want to deal with that. So print on demand, I've ordered several things through them in the past, and I actually just placed an order for something today, which I'm going to talk about a little bit. So anyway, I've just picked a few things here that I kind of want to highlight or focus on. The first two things that I want to talk about are related, and I think it's cool that they have them, but I don't think it's the right order for them to have released them. So what we have are some original D&D or OD&D supplement books. We have let's put these in oddly enough the order that they wanted that they became available. So the first one that they put out was the Gods, Demigods, and Heroes. So this is the one that introduced, I believe, like the Paladin class was made available in this book, if I recall correctly. It's been a little while since I looked through it. This was actually the final supplement for the original D&D role-playing game. So this is the one that came out in like 1974. This is the one that was based very heavily off of like the tabletop strategy games, where you weren't so much a dungeon master as you were a referee, sort of thing. And I think that's the term they actually use quite often in these books, was that you were a referee and you just sort of set the scenario, sort of thing. So this was, again, the last one to come out for that, so they have this available, and they also made available supplement number 3, which is Eldritch Wizardry. The covers, I should also mention, are based off of the 2013 Wizards of the Coast reprint of the OD&D books, which had them in like this wooden box, like wooden case, with like a dice set, and very nice looking product, but it was way too expensive for my taste. So this is the covers are based off of that. They're not the original covers. If you recall, the original Eldritch Wizardry was something that's kind of controversial by today's standards, because it had like a nude woman on the sacrificial altar, which just would not pass standards these days. So, it's a whole other topic of discussion that I really don't want to get into on this channel. But so we have the last and second to last supplements for the OD&D role-playing game, the very original version of D&D, and it's cool that they're releasing them. The problem is that they don't have the core books. They don't have the Might and Magic or Men and Magic. They don't have like the 3 core books that you would have gotten in the white box when it first came out. So the fact that you have like these later supplements it's cool. The other thing that they've made available a long time ago was the Swords and Spells book, but that was basically their updated version of the chainmail tabletop miniatures, like strategy war game type of thing. So again, it's cool that they have these available, but I would have liked to have seen the 3 core books first and then release the supplements. I think would have been the best way to do it, especially since they have the core rule books now for 1st edition, 2nd edition, and I think even 4th edition. I don't recall if they have the 3.5 core books available as of yet, but if you're releasing these books that require the other ones, it would have been nice to have had those first. They are, of course, available as PDF, but, you know, again, if you're releasing print on demand, I think it makes more sense to start at the beginning, but I guess that's just me. Anyway, if you have some of those books, however, and you don't have these ones, then a really good addition to your collection. Hopefully, they will continue to put out the other ones, and they're just sort of going in reverse chronological order, because I think Swords and Spells, which was the first one that they did make available for print on demand, which was done quite a while ago. I think that came out after the Gods, Demigods, and Heroes books. So anyway, just sort of cool that they have those. In addition, for 2nd edition AD&D, they have the Night Below Underdark campaign setting, or a campaign book, I should say. And I believe this is actually like an adventure. So you have 364-page books, considering comprising a single grand scale adventure which can be placed in any AD&D world. 16-player handout sheets featuring art, maps, charts, and letters. 8 two-sided Dungeon Master reference cards providing cutouts, monster rosters, and 2 new elite deities. An 8-page booklet of the new Monsters Compendium entries, detailing 3 new races, 2 new monsters, and 6 full-color poster maps detailing all the important locations in the entire campaign setting. So really, really awesome book. It's something that's definitely going to be added to my wish list. They do have it available for softcover as well as hardcover. The prices that I have here are in Canadian dollars because I live in Canada, but I'm going to assume it's probably around like $21.99 US for the softcover, and it's probably around $27.99 or $26.99 for the hardcover. But definitely, like I said, something that's going to be on my radar because I love the Underdark, I love Drow, you know, I love Kuatoa, Mind Flayers. There's probably going to be some Beholders in there as well. So, that, like I said, that's one that's sort of on the list of things that I want to get. It's just not something that I'm going to pick up at this point in time. I need to rebuild my I basically need to rebuild my credit with them before I get into that. So anyway, just thought I would point that one out. Then we also have Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. So this is another one that I'm really excited to see on there, and it is something that I definitely plan on picking up in the very, very near future. This is probably going to be the next thing that I pick up. The reason I didn't pick it up yet, I'll get into in a moment, but Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle was essentially a sort of a mini campaign that takes characters from 1st to 10th level. This was the D&D Next playtest stub material that was going on at the time, so that would become 5th edition. So there are 4 adventures total that bring you from 1st to 10th. And this is actually the precursor to the Dead and Thay, basically mega dungeon crawl adventure that came out, which was reprinted in Tales from the Yawning Portal. So this came out. This is basically what led into the Dead and Thay adventure sort of thing. So really, really cool to have this here. So the biggest reason that I haven't picked it up as of yet, and it's obviously going to be, I think, it's got to be a pretty large book. But the reason I haven't picked it up yet is in Canada, the retail price for this is $40.28. It fluctuates a little bit depending on the dollar. The shipping minimum price for the cheapest shipping option available is 20 some odd dollars, so like $20, $22. So this is a product that was going to cost me $60 total if I end up picking it up. It's something that I definitely want. I think it's a really cool product, but $60 is a little bit more than I really want to spend on it. I haven't spent $60 on any of my hardcover 5th edition books, let alone spending it on that on a print on demand. So I'm hoping for either a sale, or right now I used all the credit that I had towards something else. So once I get that built up to a respectable amount, then at that point I'll consider getting it. Or if there's a bit of a lull in products or releases coming out in the near future, it's something that I might get in the next couple of months, depending. We'll see how it goes. But 60 some odd dollars is a little rich for my blood at this point in time. It's actually more than I spent on the Rule Cyclopedia, and to me that was sort of like the high watermark for how much I'm willing to spend. However, This was something that was not made available for conventional retail, and it's the last playtest product that I don't have in some form. Like I said, the Dead and Thay adventure was one of these like D&D Next preview adventures as well, but it was reprinted in Tales from the Yawning Portal. So I have a physical copy of that now, and I have the other D&D Next preview adventure. So this is the last one to complete that set. So it is something I will be getting. Just hopefully it'll come down a bit in price. The next one that I want to show here is a 4th edition release. This is the Demonnomicon, and just a pretty solid book. If you're interested in if you're playing 4th edition and you're looking for some new creatures or some information on demons and devils, stuff like that. Really cool book. So just thought I would throw that out there. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it. But again, it's if you're into 4th, or if you just want some information on some of these creatures, inspiration for your game, you're not going to go wrong with this book. I have a physical, like a original print copy of it from Wizards of the Coast, and it's a book I really enjoy. All right, and up last is the book that I actually did place an order for just at the same time I'm recording this. So this is the D&D Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition Book of Artifacts. So this only ended up costing me $3 by the time I used up the account credit that I had there. So in 2nd Edition AD&D, they did not have artifacts included in the Dungeon Master's Guide. I have both the original printing style, and I have the revised version that came out with the black covers, and none of those have artifacts in them. Things like the deities, or not deities, demigods, but like faiths and pantheons, stuff like that for the Forgotten Realms, they had some artifacts in it, but the core rule books didn't. And I love artifacts. I think that they're really cool, and this book has a bunch of them in there, as well as like rules for making them up. Now, one thing I think is worth mentioning is back in the AD&D days, most artifacts actually had a lot of random abilities that they would confer. So different people finding the same artifact might get some different things from it. They all had like their core abilities that they would confer if you ended up finding them, but they had a lot of random stuff in there as well. I've seen some people complaining about that, and I think one of the big things is that they're probably used to like the 3rd edition or 4th edition styles, where they had very specific things that they did, but that's just not the way it was back in the day. There was a lot of randomness to it, and I'm okay with that. But this is one of those books that I really wanted to pick up and just never have found in the wild. So when it became available print on demand, and I realized it was only going to cost me about $3 total out of pocket to get, I jumped on it. So really looking forward to picking this one up. So that's basically the D&D or the DM's Guild stuff that I want to talk about in today's video. There's some other adventure stuff that's been put out, like they have Dwellers of the Forbidden City, which is module L1, I think, L1 or I1. They have some Dark Sun stuff, and there's some other things they put out as well, like Eye of Pain, which I've already shown off. They have the Against the Giants collection, G1 through G3, which is interesting and is something that I am considering, but they did also reprint those in the Tales from the Yawning Portal as well, so that's not high on my list at this point in time. And overall, I just think that DM's Guild is a great service to check out. There's tons more things available in PDF form for those of you who are interested in PDFs, or you don't mind, you don't get the issues reading them that I do with like headaches and migraines, stuff like that. Really great site. If you're interested in checking it out, there is a link in the description below that you can click on to get you there. And if you check it out and you decide that there's something that you're interested in, then that actually goes towards supporting the channel and getting me, I guess, a step closer to getting the Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle adventure, but that's sort of more of a selfish desire on my part. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. If you picked up any of these through print on demand, let me know what you thought of them in the comments below, or what you think of the DM's Guild service in general, because I think it's a really great thing. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Take care.